Sabre for Nimdia Studio B and Wasugu Awuti Sabre and Sama Editi Ewa Ghana and Yebe Pense mu Ede Ama Etiefo Sabre yen Semeno Yemonga and Semno Emo.
Media. On Tuesday, the National Catholic Secretariat, Office of the President of the Catholic Secretariat, and is entitled Statement by Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference on Electoral Violence and Suspension of the Chief Justice. It reads as follows. We, the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference, have followed recent developments in our beloved nation with profound concern. As spiritual leaders and responsible citizens, mindful of our collective duty to uphold justice, peace, and integrity of democratic governance, we feel compelled to share these reflections with the people of Ghana. True democracy transcends the periodic casting of votes. It embodies a just social order that respects the rule of law, upholds the intrinsic dignity of every human person, and guarantees citizens the right to participate meaningfully in shaping our national destiny. At the heart of this vision lies the sanctity of the ballot and the imperative of peaceful election. Since the promulgation of our 1992 Constitution, Ghana has rightly been celebrated for its democratic stability. Yet, this hard-earned reputation is gravely endangered whenever electoral violence surfaces, as was tragically witnessed recently in Ablekuma North constituency. We unequivocally condemn all forms of electoral violence, especially the brutalization of citizens, including journalists. Such acts constitute a gross violation of human dignity and betray the very foundations upon which our democracy stands. We therefore urge the states to initiate prompt, thorough, and transparent investigations into these incidents and ensure perpetrators are held fully accountable. Impunity corrodes public trust and fosters a culture of lawlessness. We further call upon the government to implement without delay the recommendations of previous commissions of inquiry into electoral violence, ensuring lessons learned translate into meaningful institutional reforms. We remind all political actors that elections are not a contest of might, but a platform for the exchange of ideas. We urge political parties and their supporters to exercise maximum restraint and prioritize national peace above partisan advantage, even amidst intense political competition. The Electoral Commission must sustain and deepen its stakeholder engagement efforts to bolster public confidence in electoral processes' integrity. Similarly, we urge the security services to act with professionalism, impartiality, and foresight in preventing and managing potential conflict. A healthy, functioning democracy equally demands an independent, credible judiciary, free from political interference. Justice is the indispensable cornerstone of national cohesion. Without it, grievances fester and violence finds fertile grounds. It is in this critical regard that we view the current tensions arising from the suspension of the Chief Justice. While acknowledging the necessity of due process, we caution strenuously against any action, perceived or actual, that could compromise the independence or impartiality of the judiciary. The removal of a sitting Chief Justice is a matter of profound national significance. This process must be scrupulously guided by constitutional principles, absolute procedural fairness, and a clear respect for the doctrine of separation of powers. Any precedent that appears to place the judiciary at the mercy of executive risk irreparably eroding public trust in the very institutions citizens rely upon for justice. In the light of these grave concerns, we urge all stakeholders to act with the utmost conscientiousness, safeguard both the inviolable rule of law and the dignity of the judiciary. The recent National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving convened by His Excellency the President provided a welcome moment for spiritual and civic reflection. May this now inspire a deeper, sustained national commitment to unity, reconciliation, and lasting peace. Let us, as one people, fervently renew our shared covenant to build a just, peaceful, and prosperous Ghana, a nation where every citizen finds refuge in the law and hope in our common future. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong, and is signed by the Most Reverend Matthew Kwesi Jemfi, Bishop of Sunyani, and President of the Catholic Bishops Conference. Very, very poignant, very telling. The Catholic Bishops Conference is unhappy with the processes at the Chief Justice. Now, what are we picking up from the Chief Justice situation? We understand that the process is ongoing at the Justice Gabriel Poaman Committee, the Leonard Chief Justice, Justice Tokonu, and the Leonard Acting Chief Justice, Justice Bafo Boni, here on our screen. So we understand that the matters are going on. We are checking with our lawyers the extent to which we can publish the things that are going on in there, given the in-camera situation. They are researching. They'll tell us what we can do, because we have quite a lot to say. Apparently, important people have been appearing as witnesses for Justice Tokonu. Constitutional experts have appeared before the committee as witness for Justice Tokonu. They have laid down the process of the Constitution. They've laid down the philosophy that's underpinned Article 146. They've laid all of that down to the committee. We also understand that important former Supreme Court judges have all appeared at the committee for Justice Tokonu. They've come to indicate that how do they say these days? The things that are being discussed as against Justice Tokonu in terms of conduct. There are other former Supreme Court justices who have appeared there, people who have had occasion to act as Chief Justice on occasion or the other. They've all come there and they are talking. We hope, as the Catholic Bishops Conference is also hoping, that this will end up very, very well, and it will be good. It will be good for us, so that the judiciary will be able to stand very, very firm. In the light of all that, we picked up something Okoboy said. I watched Dr. Zato on the finance minister's on the Attorney General's issue. I'll come to that in a minute. But this is what Okoboy was talking about, and we liked it. In a studio in Asempa with Obi, we're always watching Obi's program about the suspension of the Chief Justice. Now, Okoboy is not a lawyer, so it's very interesting listening to people who are not lawyers, who are bringing the commonsensical and the social angle to this matter. This is what he said.
You see, two Obi na one kebia ochina one shana bekao. Now, mami way Chief Justice. One of the things I am and this will be brave penasem. And it's a court 2020, no? I'm saying 12-0 and I 7-0. Scholar. Now, Obi.
A scholar, I'm playing football.
Utie Sebi. I see doing Ketiakra or Babe 2 for some people. Or no, some more no mum Kitashi. Obi. It's sad when Obi, instead of Obi reflecting and fixing the issues, Obi Daniako to Bisu. Sorry, no more, my psychologist, it was a way of energizing the NDC base. Say, Sebiya Luzu, court na iron boy, so that the base will still be energetic towards 2024. But by doing so, no, what could create situation? Ama ya 7-0. Ama say no, what's antagonizing the courts? Na only 7-0 no. So mum pe unti de biana hesa. But God is watching. If anybody tells you God plays no role in politics, it's a lie. This woman, Obi, this woman, if she goes on her knees and prays, na Obi, Sebi, ena Oyeno, Obi na Tatano. I've cited the example of the 7-0. Look at some of the issues I raise here. So, or suggesting my president say, or recommend you Obi. Now, me recommend you my share will come. You see, when you look at some of the Niamamo cited or cancel lowering the threshold, which means say, well, beer, why yet not doing that? If you might imagine that I say, we'll deal with this person. Now, I think the next step is how do we get what we need to deal with the person? But like I'm saying, Tony Blair says something very powerful for leaders, and I'll say it. I say, when you become a leader, especially when the mandate you got is overwhelming, never be mistaken to assume that it is so much love. Most of the time, it is expectation. And that you will make enemies along the way unknowingly. Don't spend time making more enemies deliberately. Mami way, unknowingly in the bush, I saw your film with fear of freedom. Are they hearts that you are bringing aboard or you are losing? Obi, all I'm saying is that
I will tell you the Charlotte Osei story.
I
also had a family.
Yes. But you see, that is why Omomuka Asemeneno, me sure more now. What was their position and orientation that time?
On Charlotte Osei.
Yes. You see,
orientation.
I say you criticize the two Charlotte Osei.
You see,
why are you supporting?
Yes.
Another
I am saying.
Obi, you see, Obi, and you see, they say little drops of water make a mighty ocean.
Yes.
It is possible that Charlotte's friends, family members, and people who are not happy. That's why I quoted Tony Blair's statement. If you can avoid, Adiamuka was say. In fact, Charlotte today has been given some board.
Yeah. Ghana Gas board.
What does it tell you? If someone is not sympathetic or does not believe in the ideals of the NDC, would they be made the board chair of Ghana Gas? Board member. So what it tells you is that no,
How?
Obi, me moderate. Me in case of NDC member. Me in case the ideals, the ideology, FPT, exactly. Yet the no Musu Kromra nyina said the Kufado ye ebia no kan na ebia ne okobo amitena ebia amitena as opposition member. Na no de obi ye down the line eni abetena no. Usu ofa sa kwan no so a sebi ebetimi di wa ba ebia ye wo no. Edu Charlotte so no na wo ye dede. Obi ye dede ne o say ye come, but question you have to ask yourself the oye na no o hwa eboa no ana amboa no. So Obi, media me can say the man who has the chance to make history today in this country is Justice Kwaman. And that's what I found.
Yeah, Justice Kwaman.
Obi, people have made history for the right reasons. Obi, others have made history for the wrong reasons. My prayer for him, I've said it here, I'll repeat it, that his fidelity will lie to the content of the discussions and the cases that will come there, and not to predetermined links. My prayer for him. Why? And I mentioned it here because those who gave him the task already have a wish.